Tudor watches have executed one of the most remarkable silent takeovers in luxury watchmaking through two simple advantages: unbeatable value and availability. While Rolex customers wait years on lists and pay premium prices, Tudor has quietly captured 12% of the luxury watch market by offering 80% of the Rolex experience at 40% of the cost. The story begins in 1926 when Hans Wilsdorf, the visionary founder of Rolex, registered the Tudor as a trademark in Geneva. His goal was audacious yet practical: to create watches that delivered Rolex's legendary reliability and precision at a price point that would not break the bank. 20 years later, in 1946, he officially established Montres Tudor SA with a clear mission: to become the accessible face of Swiss excellence. Here, the story gets interesting. While most luxury brands chase exclusivity and scarcity, Tudor chose the opposite path. They embraced accessibility without sacrificing quality, and their philosophy was captured perfectly in their company motto, "The shield protects the crown." Tudor positioned itself not as a lesser alternative to Rolex, but as its stalwart defender, protecting the crown's prestige while serving customers that even mighty Rolex could not satisfy. For decades, Tudor lived in Rolex's shadow. The brand was dismissed as the poor man's Rolex, a stepping stone for those who could not afford the real thing. During this era, Tudor relied on ETA movements from the Swatch Group, positioning itself below Omega and other Swatch Group competitors. But something fundamental shifted in 2012 with the launch of the Black Bay Heritage Collection. This was not just another watch release, it was Tudor's declaration of independence. The Black Bay revived Tudor's forgotten military heritage. Back in 1958, Tudor delivered rugged dive watches meeting ISO 6425 standards to the French Navy, and later to the US Navy and Argentinian Navy. These were not ceremonial pieces, they were tools that had to withstand the brutal realities of military service while remaining affordable for defense budgets. The Black Bay captured this authentic tool watch DNA with vintage-inspired geometric hour markers, a distinctive inverted triangle at 12 o'clock, and a purposeful design that prioritized function over flash. The transformation accelerated dramatically in 2015 when Tudor introduced their first in-house movement. This was a watershed moment that changed everything. No longer would Tudor rely on ETA or other external suppliers. They had developed their own mechanical heart. The MT5621 caliber delivered a 70-hour power reserve and featured silicon balance spring technology, matching the technical sophistication of movements costing thousands more in competing brands. Tudor's masterstroke was establishing Kenissi SA in Le Local in 2010, a movement manufacturer where Tudor holds an 80% stake. Here's the brilliant part: while Rolex would never share its movement technology with competitors, Tudor did exactly that. Kenissi began supplying movements to Breitling, Tag Heuer, Norqain, and even luxury fashion house Chanel, which acquired a 20% stake in 2019. This move generated revenue, established credibility, and proved that Tudor's movements were good enough for luxury brands across the industry. The numbers tell the story of Tudor's explosive growth. Sales have more than doubled since 2017, with the brand posting a staggering 23% compound annual growth rate from 2019 to 2023. Current sales reach an estimated 625 million Swiss francs annually, representing about 5% of the Rolex Group's industry, leading 10.6 billion francs in revenue. Tudor now produces approximately 300,000 watches per year and has expanded to over 1,700 retail locations across 100 countries, including more than 260 dedicated Tudor boutiques. What makes these numbers particularly impressive is the value proposition driving them. A Tudor Black Bay costs £2,800 on a bracelet with an in-house movement. Compare that to equivalent models from Omega at £4,170 or Breitling at £5,310. Despite sharing similar movement technology these days, Breitling's chronographs can cost over £2,000 more than Tudor equivalents for essentially the same watch. The entry-level Tudor Black Bay starts around $4,500, while the cheapest Rolex Submariner runs at least $9,500, and that's assuming you can actually buy one. Which brings us to Tudor's second massive advantage: availability. While Rolex customers face waiting lists that stretch years into the future, Tudor watches are generally available for immediate purchase at authorized dealers. The Rolex Daytona has a wait time of 2 to 5 years, and some platinum models require up to 5 years on a waiting list. Even with purchase history at authorized dealers, customers report being told to wait 2 to 3 years for popular Rolex models like the Batman GMT. Tudor has consciously chosen the opposite strategy. Walk into most Tudor dealers and you can walk out with a watch the same day. Popular models like the Black Bay 58 in blue might require brief waits, but we are talking weeks, not years. This availability isn't accidental, it's strategic. Tudor Chief Executive Officer Eric Persson has been clear about maintaining accessible pricing and availability, telling the Financial Times that Tudor has one price segment and Rolex has one price segment, with no plans to increase prices and change Tudor's positioning. The brand has also mastered the art of appealing to younger consumers without alienating traditional watch enthusiasts. Brand ambassadors like David Beckham, who has represented Tudor since 2017, and Lady Gaga embody Tudor's cool, independent image that resonates with a younger demographic. Beckham says he was attracted to Tudor by the attention to detail he could see in their watches, and he learned about the history of the brand, one of adventure, pioneer diving, and daring expeditions. Tudor's Formula One partnership with Visa Cash App RB continues this sports-focused marketing approach. The brand has a long racing legacy, supporting winning teams since the Tudor watch racing team in the late 1960s through the IMSA Tudor United Sports Car Championship. This return to motorsport in 2024 reinforces Tudor's active, adventurous brand identity. Recent market data confirms Tudor's momentum. According to Chrono24's secondary watch market report for the first half of 2025, Tudor's share in the secondary market rose 6.6%, one of the strongest increases among major Swiss makers. Platform data from Bezel shows Tudor commanding 12% of sales share in 2025, a remarkable achievement for a brand that was barely visible in the luxury segment just a decade ago. The secondary market performance reveals changing consumer priorities. While Tudor watches hold 60 to 80% of their retail value, respectable but not spectacular compared to Rolex's appreciation, this stability reflects what Chrono24 analysts call collector confidence returning to long-term value. After the pandemic speculation bubble burst, buyers increasingly value functionality and reliability over artificial scarcity and investment potential. Tudor has also become a testing ground for innovations that Rolex might not pursue. The brand has experimented with ceramic cases, bronze materials, and silver models that push creative boundaries. The controversial Black Bay Chrono Pink, allegedly inspired by David Beckham's Inter Miami Football Club colors, commanded 6 times its retail price on launch day, proving Tudor can generate genuine excitement without artificial limitation. Perhaps most importantly, Tudor has achieved technical parity with its more expensive siblings while maintaining distinct identity. Their new Master Chronometer certification, featuring META standards for precision and magnetic resistance up to 15,000 Gauss, places Tudor movements among the industry's elite. The current movement family includes the MT5602, MT5612, and MT5652 calibers alongside the flagship MT5621, demonstrating the brand's expanding technical capabilities. The 2025 releases from Watches and Wonders showcase this independence. The Black Bay 43 with Master Chronometer certification, refreshed BB58 variants, and the dramatically over-engineered Pelagos Ultra rated to 1,000 meters of water resistance. Deloitte's Swiss watch industry study for 2024 found that younger consumers value heritage and practicality over exclusivity, exactly Tudor's sweet spot. The brand appeals to design-literate buyers who want reliable Swiss craftsmanship without the social signaling and inflated premiums of certain luxury brands. Tudor's silent takeover represents more than impressive sales growth or market share gains. It proves that in an industry obsessed with artificial scarcity and speculative pricing, there is enormous demand for honest value and genuine accessibility. By offering Swiss excellence without the wait, premium quality without the premium attitude, and authentic heritage without artificial limitation, Tudor has carved out a position that its competitors struggle to match. The shield truly has protected the crown, while simultaneously claiming its own kingdom.